Hi, welcome to the Songwriter Diaries. This is a podcast all about picking the brain of every songwriter that you know. So grab a glass of wine and join us. My name is Megan Ellsworth. My co-host is Caroline Stump. This is the Songwriter Diaries. We're all depressed, so let's write a song about it.
Hello.
What's up?
We're so excited to have Ronan Andrews on the podcast today. A dear friend, an old schoolmate. What a guy.
Gosh.
That sounded so Australian.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is awesome. I've always wanted to come on this podcast because I think you guys do awesome work. So
yay!
Oh, keep hyping us up.
Yeah, that's so nice.
keep hyping each other up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just keep.
I already complimented your mustache for like 5 minutes before we started recording, so I've hyped you up enough today.
Now we need to tear you down.
Yeah.
Rip me apart.
Oh my gosh, well, I'm so excited. Why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself and your journey as a musician?
Yeah. So, my name is Ronan Andrews. I am from originally Minnesota, and I moved.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. I'm from Iowa. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Fellow Midwestites.
Midwest.
Midwest. Cheese. But yeah, Minnesota is my birthplace, and I moved out to Colorado when I was about 10. So I would say I'm like a Colorado native for the most part. All my formative years were here, I would say. Like where I got interested in music was here, obviously, in high school. I had been playing music since I was like a little kid, but not really seriously until I was a junior year of high school, and I started writing songs. And first song was not in its final metamorphosis yet, but Crazy Woman was actually like the first song I wrote that I shared with you in songwriting. My freshman
Oh my god, an SSE, singer-songwriter ensemble.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, this is a lot of fun. And like I was still deciding what I wanted to do for college and like what career path I wanted to go in. And I'm like, I don't know, music sounds really fun. And I have the most joy doing that. Like, I don't really care. It was one of those things where I didn't really think about money or whatever. It's just like really what I wanted to do and what I enjoy doing is playing music and writing music and being creative. Like I just love being creative. So that's kind of where my journey as a songwriter started, was junior year of high school. And then it
That's
just
awesome.
Went to Lynx camp before I started at CU Denver, and loved that. Like met all these like-minded musicians and people who wanted to do music as well. And then CU was a great experience. Met all you guys, and yeah, just the opportunities that came with going to college was great, because I was thinking about not going to college and just like working and trying to figure it out. But I'm really glad I ended up going to CU and meeting all the fantastic musicians and people there. So
I remember when we were all in SSE together, because we were a year ahead of you, I think.
Yeah.
And you played Crazy Woman. I think it was like the first assignment or maybe first day even. And I remember you playing it and being like, damn, he is one to watch. Like, he is so good. You like just reminded me of like a baby Elton John or Billy Joel. It was just so, I was immediately taken away by that performance.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Likewise too, with both you guys. When I first heard both you guys play, I was really impressed.
Aww.
Oh, so nice.
Aww.
We just start crying. It's so magical. So now, what does your songwriting process look like? Do you have any like day-to-day writing methods, anything like that?
I totally should. I I wish I was writing every day. It's funny because I'll definitely have songs in my head. I'm sure you guys can relate, just like little ideas, melodies that pop up whenever you're doing the most random thing, whether it be at work or like in the shower or making breakfast. I don't know, like, yeah, just I have weird ideas that pop into my head. And then lots of times if I have the availability to have like record on my laptop, or that's where I usually kind of document my ideas and start ideas. Then I'll just get that idea out of my head, whether it be a melody that I'm singing or like a piano chord progression or even on guitar sometimes. I'll kind of start with a bass idea on my computer, on my laptop. But I also love doing co-writing. It's definitely harder because it's, you have to get two people on board at the same time to like meet and write together, which can be tricky with different schedules and everything. But I love co-writing. I find the best stuff I write is with other people personally. That's not to say there's lots of songs I've written on my own that I love, but I think when I write, when there's another brain in the room, it's like compensating for stuff that maybe I struggle with when I'm writing. So I love co-writing.
That's awesome. I feel like there's always, it's one extreme or the other of people hate
Right.
co-writing and it's so
Yeah.
bad for them, or it's like the best thing they've ever done.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
it's cool to hear that that's going well. And do you have kind of a set group of people that you usually pull from to write with, or?
Obviously Fresh Fruit, it's like me, Kyle, and Mitchell. It's cool because we have some new music coming out later this year, and that was the first time that the three of us really sat down and wrote songs from scratch. Like a lot of the stuff we have released was I would come in with these ideas either from like songwriting class or a song I would write, and then I would kind of give them the blueprint and they would add their own parts, but we kind of just wrote everything together. And that was like such a great experience. It was like just clicked super well. And for the most part, I'll write the lyrics, I would say, but we'll go over themes together of like what we want to write about. If we want to write something more conceptual or something kind of more standalone in terms of like songs weaving in and out together. But also I love writing with just other songwriters, other musicians. I know me and Megan, we've talked about getting together. We just haven't made it work yet because everyone's got there's just so many different musicians and different sounds in our community, I feel like. So I kind of just want to embrace all of that because I feel like I have a lot of different genres that I find influence from and pull from when I write. So I want to get the most out of the other musicians in the scene as well. So
That's awesome. What differences have you come across with co-writing and solo writing, specifically with Fresh Fruit? What's different between the process of you writing a song by yourself and you writing a song with Kyle and Mitchell?
Right. It's more so I think those other songs that I would write first and bring in, it's very much like that sound. It sounds like a Ronan song. Like it's kind of got my sound on it. And I think and not that I would anytime I'd bring a song to him, I would not be strict with what I wanted. I would just want to show him it. And then I'd say, okay, however you guys would express yourself with this song, I want you to play how you would play it, but these new songs, we're all sitting down and it's like Kyle will start a bass line out of nothing and that's Kyle's sound. It's very much his sound. And then I'll add my own sound as a support to that, or Mitchell will come up with a chord progression or a melody on guitar and then we'll be supporting that. So it's kind of like a collaborative, you shine in this moment and we'll support you here. And then we kind of just balance that out with the three of us. So, and that's especially how the new songs are coming out, I think. So
I
That's
think
awesome.
that's such a good trait to have as a band member, of bringing your stuff in, but not being too attached to its form and having your other members contribute what they can, because you're one person, you only have one perspective. And so getting
Right.
more people to contribute their perspectives, I think makes a song even better than its original form.
Yeah, agreed. And
Totally.
obviously there's been great songs that have been written by, you know, one person or like a team, you know, and they are like, they know exactly what they want from each instrument in the band, and like they know what sound they want from that song. And I think I've definitely like had songs like that, but for the most part, I always just love keeping an open mind and thinking, you know, what more could be added to this song.
So what do you think are some of the most important qualities for a successful songwriter?
That's a great question. Being a songwriter, I think naturally you're definitely more sensitive to your emotions, and like you're very in tune with how you feel. And, you know, I think that's a good thing. It can also be a bad thing, right? We tend to think about things like a lot, like probably too much, you know? And I think that's also where some of the best songs have been written, and like some of the best songwriters have come out, is because they're extremely thoughtful people. And that's kind of how I try and approach songwriting as well. And I think just putting lots of thought into your creative projects, and whether it be music or anything else, I think is the sign of just a good creator, not just a songwriter. But when it comes to songs, I think having an open perspective and an open mind with songs is a great trait as well. I think the best songwriters for me, like my favorite songwriters, are the ones that are kind of, they can do lots of different things, whether it be different genres, or they'll do a collaboration with somebody that you just didn't think would work, but it works so damn well. And then, or whether it be a different instrument, you know, I think some of the best songs have been artists that maybe don't play an instrument super well, but there's something so raw about the performance that it just hits so much harder. Um, so I think those are some of the things that stand out for me when I think of a really great songwriter, someone who's just really thoughtful about the music, um, willing to change or adapt their sound.
Mm.
And I also think working well with others is really important in this industry as well, to be a good songwriter. So.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Being like multifaceted and being flexible, trying,
Yeah, totally.
willing to try anything, really.
Hmm.
So kind of going off of that, who are your favorite songwriters, or which songwriters do you admire most and why?
Yeah, another great question. I could answer that for hours, but I think starting off the bat of like purely songwriters, I think obviously Beatles, hard hitters for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paul is a big one for me. But also Carole King's another one that I really love. And ever since I heard Carole King, I was just like, just fell in love with her voice. My mom had the James Taylor Carole King live at the Troubadour in LA CD when I was growing up. It was like 2008. They did a live performance together. So James Taylor's another big one. Carole King, Paul McCartney. I'd say Elton John is obviously up there. Same with Billy Joel. Just like the piano work is very influential, I'd say, for me. And then other artists like Stevie Wonder is a huge influence of mine. Marvin Gaye, James Brown. That's kind of where I like love getting my more kind of funky stuff, R&B, soulful side. Um, Led Zeppelin is a huge influence. Pink Floyd. I don't know. Yeah, like all these all the types of music that I love to write kind of stems from these older classic artists and bands. Some newer artists though. I mean, I love Bruno Mars. I love Anderson .Paak. I think they're doing great stuff with the pop music scene right now.
The loves of my life.
I love Silk Sonic.
They're just so good. They're so groovy. I just saw Alicia Keys in concert, and I
Wow.
just kind of forgot how much she's probably influenced my writing as well. Like growing up, my mom had a lot of Alicia Keys CDs. And she's a fantastic musician. So just watching her in her element was amazing. I have all these like these indie bands and other artists that I've been listening to. I guess lately I've been listening to a lot of the Marias.
Ooh, they're my artist at work.
Really?
Yeah, I have to clear their
Sick.
publishing, but it's
That's
easy
so-
because it's only 2 writers.
Right.
It's only the 2 of them. Like, so I love working on their stuff.
Yeah.
It's so
The
easy.
Marias
Like,
are amazing.
send it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Lacy's another one that I think is super talented. Really good songwriter. Who else? Pine Grove's another one that really caught my attention. Especially when I saw him at UMS last year. I don't know if you guys were able to catch their set, but that really blew me away. God, it's hard. There's so many artists that come to mind, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you named so many fabulous songwriters that are like so influential, you know, for individual people, but also like for the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like such truthful songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Okay, so here's a big question.
Yes.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, golly goo. Another great question. Tough question. But I think I've been kind of going back and forth whether I want to stay in Denver. I obviously love it here. And I may not move, who knows? But I think in the next 5 years, I would like to maybe go somewhere else in the US, possibly. Obviously, where you're at, Caroline, Nashville has been something I've been considering. Obviously, you always think about like LA, New York, that type of stuff. But I don't know. It seems like a little too big for me. Like, I don't like it's too much for me. I don't know. I kind of like the intimacy of Denver, and I mean Nashville is blowing up too, so it's hard to say, but yeah, I think going somewhere else is on the radar for me. I think having a new scene, a new setting always helps with my creativity and my ability to write new songs and new songs that are like gonna challenge my own sound and style, I guess. I also just want to keep progressing as an artist, and all the other projects I'm in, I want to progress with them as well. I would love to go on tour, like an actual tour at some point. I'm just kind of dying to play live music all the time and make a living off of that. And I just want to keep releasing music as well. Just keep writing, keep releasing. Keep growing in stature as a musician, as a individual. So
Yes. Oh, jinx. Those are great goals. Yes. I love seeing you play, and you with Fresh Fruit or you with like a backing band. It's just great. Great energy. So
yes, you're
you
such a
got
performer.
this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this is our last question, and we ask everyone this question. It's always so fun to hear everyone's different answers. And this question is, why do you write songs?
Because I'm a sad boy.
Best answer yet. Because I'm a sad boy.
Sad boy. No, I honestly, I mean, music has gotten me out of the toughest places I've ever been emotionally. So and it's also the happiest I've ever been. Like when I'm able to express that happiness through music, through song, like that, there's no better feeling, I think. So I think, yeah, it was like it's been the best way in my life to process my emotions is why I write music. And also I watching my idols grow up, play, like watching live performances, watching videos on YouTube, whatever it may be, just like looking at how much fun they're having and then all that energy that transmits into the crowd, and like just the togetherness of music and the ability for it to kind of change your day, honestly. If you go to a live show or a song gets put on, it can change your mood for the entire day. I think there's something so powerful with that, and I think that's why I started writing music. And
I love that. What a great answer. Oh my
so
gosh.
relatable too.
Yeah, so relatable. I feel like everyone knows that feeling of like kind of being in a bad mood or a sad place or whatever, and hearing like one of your favorite songs come on and being like kind of picked up by that. So
Right.
so true.
yeah.
Sad boy.
Sad boy.
That's the next single for you is Sad Boy.
Sad
I'm
boy.
a sad boy.
Spelled like BOI.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the only
Boy.
way. All lowercase
All lowercase.
has to be
Oh my
the
god.
winner.
It's just
Well-
like me chugging milk as the album.
Yeah. Got sad boy?
Got Sad Boy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we have shirt ideas for you. Okay, we're having a merch meeting after this.
Yeah,
Got Sad Boy.
I'm down.
It's happening. It's happening.
Oh my god, thank you so much for chatting with us. So the song that you gave us to end the episode is called Dancing Like a Fool. Do you
Yes.
want to kind of give us a little backstory on what that song is about?
Yeah, sure. Also, thank you guys for having me. This has been such an awesome opportunity and experience. So thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Absolutely.
But Dancing Like a Fool is actually a song that my good pal Kyle wrote on the piano. It's like 2 chords. So that like kickstarted the whole song.
Is that how he plays piano? Slamming. For the listeners, he's slamming his hand in the air.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just was a song that was like, whoa, that's groovy. Makes me want to groove. And I didn't really have the most scholarly lyrics that came to my head when I was writing it, and it just felt like a song where you're just kind of dancing, where you don't really care how you look, you're just doing it. And yeah, that's kind of where the inspiration came and kind of how the song paved out.
Awesome. This is a great time to just shout out our Patreon. Sorry, you have to be here for this ad moment,
All good,
Ronan.
dude. You guys got to move.
Because only our patrons get to see the video.
Mhm.
So if you want to see Ronan actually dancing like a fool, you have to go over to Patreon and pay for it. You have to pay for that content.
You have to pay for his dancing.
Yeah, I'd expect nothing less to see my dance moves.
And it's worth way more than we're charging. So go check it out.
Great.
It is worth so much. Oh my god. Well, this has been a blast. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
Everyone, this is Dancing Like a Fool.
I just can't contain myself. This groove has me under a spell. Oh, yeah, I just can't contain myself. This groove has me under a spell. Oh, explain. This groove just takes me far away. Oh, lose your worries, lose your cares. Electric music fills the air. Oh, I don't know. It's something that I can't explain. This groove just takes me far away. Oh, and lose your worries, lose your cares. Electric music fills the air. Oh, hey, dancing like a fool. No, no, no. Dancing like a fool. Oh, no, no. I'm dancing like